This area, you can't actually fucking hear anything. I'll show you. This is the subzone. So she's saying she says this is right around a 75, which I can hear. So she said this is the speaking tone. I'll explain it a little bit faster. This is everything cut off. This is the hertz. So this is maximized. This is what she said she can hear. This is what a trans, or not even trans, just a black woman's voice who she thinks is trans sounds like to her. That's the tone she says she can hear. That's what 75 is. This fucking dumbass is doing Transvestigation. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because she's a piece of shit. But it is one of the most fire Transvestigation threads I've ever seen. Gigantic chunks of it are gone now, unfortunately. But I do have one screenshot from it that I wanted to show off, and I get to practice trying to use my fucking screenshots now. Okay, did this work? Nothing's extras playing. Okay, cool. Good. So I don't know. This is Any43. Shout out Any43 for taking this screenshot. This morning, Brianna Wu decided to transvestigate Brittany Griner in Laura Chen's replies. If you don't know, Brittany Griner or Brittany Griner, I think it's Griner. She's the basketball player. You know, I think the one that got arrested. Let's see. Hold on. Let's just double check. No reason to guess. No reason to guess. Okay, yeah. This is she's the black woman who was a basketball player. It's this lady. She got arrested in Russia for like a vape pen or some shit, a few years ago, and then came back. She was black and got arrested for like ostensibly a narcotics charge. It was like one that wouldn't be in America, and it just turned into like a rallying cry for, I don't know, racists, really. So, like, talking about Brittany Griner and calling her, all sorts of things is crazy. But also, just a traditional thing that's happened throughout American history is likening black women to men for various reasons by just saying that it's one of the ways that black women are dehumanized. There's many. Over-sexualization, calling them ignorant, all sorts of things. I'm not going to rehash all of it. But one of the go-tos for the longest time, and you saw this especially with like Michelle Obama, is basically transvestigating black women before transvestigation was a thing. Saying they have deep voices, saying they have masculine ways of acting, masculine features, all sorts of shit. So it is old hat racism to just start trying to figure out if a black woman is a man or not. Just to even put that out there. Just don't do it in general. There's really no reason. There's really no reason to ever try to figure out if somebody's a guy or a girl, except for like immediate interpersonal contact, because like if that changes the way that you interact with people, that's kind of like you're fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like what in the fuck did you what the fuck? But if you're not going to interact with the people, it's completely pointless. But Brianna Wu, who I can only assume is just permanently like on a Charlie from Always Sunny level of paint huffingly stupid takes. Like if I were to find out that part of her human mask was actually just injecting raw continuous flows of spray paint fucking aerosol into her nose through like a cleverly hidden series of fucking pipes, I wouldn't be surprised. The woman's fucking skull is cooked. Cooked. She's a hard-boiled fucking egg. People might be rushing to her defense to say, Tyler, she used to have a massive drug problem. And it's like, yeah, but she was rich and she had a drug problem. So that's her fucking fault. And got nothing to do with me. If you fucking cook your brain with drugs, first off, that's a skill issue. Trust me. Your boy has partied. So, if you fucking cooked yourself out from a fellow traveler, that's on you. But also, if you cooked yourself so bad that you're saying racist shit and sexist shit and like highly pro fucking genocide shit, I don't know, you can in addition to the massive amounts of aerosol paint, you can suck a fart out of my ass as well. And I hope you choke on it. I hope there's some bits. Get fucked. From her we get this tweet. Hold on, I think I can almost do a Brianna Wu. Wow, that's gotta be averaging in the 75 hertz range, and I'm hearing a lot below 50. Typical female speaking range is 160 to 240. Androgynous is 160 to 140, though most of us dip in and out. Fucking hate this woman. Oh my god, I despise fucking Brianna Wu. First off, that's a crazy thing to say. That's just a crazy thing to say. Charlie Puth has like the perfect pitch, right? Most of the time here. So let me just tell you a few things, just a series of things. The vast majority of people cannot recognize musical notes based on the note. It is such a rare mutation. It's basically like it barely exists to be able to recognize the specific hertz of a musical note. So if you like hear an A and you hear 440 hertz, which is I think what it is, then like you are in one of the rarest categories of person. Fun fact, Chinese people specifically are sociologically predisposed to discovering and having perfect pitch because of the tonal nature of their language. They're more likely to develop it and understand what it is and that they have it. Some people have perfect pitch, but they never fuck with music, so they never discover the fact that they have perfect pitch. That's true perfect pitch. There's a second thing that's basically developed pitch knowledge. There's an actual name for it. That's what me and probably the vast majority of actual musicians have, which is I can't tell you what that note is. I can maybe sometimes ballpark it if I'm like really on, but I can't for sure tell you. But once I hear it in rhythm, I can tell you where the next note goes because I have an understanding of like chord changes and shit. That's developed pitch understanding, which is you just can't. If I hear a note, I can maybe, but it's more of a guess than actually like being able to recognize it. Kind of think of looking at somebody saying like, okay, I can tell that is this hex code of green. That's this hex code of green. That's that hex code of green when you're looking at colors. And then I would be like, I don't know, man. That's just like dark green. That's light green, you know? And then once I have them explained, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I know where these fit on the chart. So this is this, that's that, that's that. I can find it. That's what it is. To be able to hear pitches is crazy, right? So this is like a weird, like, wow. Also, when you're older, it goes away, which fucking sucks. No matter what, everybody that has perfect pitch, you lose your ability to fucking engage with music correctly when you get older because the perfect pitch is tied to your biology and everybody's ears go after a while. So perfect pitch sours with age, usually around the age you are when you're around Brianna's fucking age. 40s to like 70s, you start losing your perfect pitch. If you cook your fucking skull, it can go a little bit earlier. Also, let's get into music. She's describing, wow, that's going to be averaging in the 75 hertz range. Let's go ahead and bring it up. The fucking EQ. So we have a piano. It always sounds like weirdly out of tune to me. Go down to the second octave. You can hear like some of the lowest notes that you can get to. Right, way down at the bottom. I think that should be the lowest note, or this right next to it. This is like a very bottom C. Now let me see, FL keys. We're gonna go here, put this on to filter, EQ2. So one of the things she said is, I know how to say all these things because I played piano when I was a kid. So first off, this is how complex a piano tone is, just so you understand. This is how big it is, right? It's massive. Right down here is a sub, right? Because this is one of the lowest notes that you can fucking play. Why is that like that? Hold on, let's see. I should bring up the piano roll and go all the way to the bottom. So this is a C0. I think like it's an E, right? I can't remember. I don't have a piano at hand that's got all 88 keys on it, but C2 is very low. This is like the tone is right around here. This area, you can't actually fucking hear anything. I'll show you. This is the subzone. So she's saying she says this is right around a 75, which I can hear. So she said this is the speaking tone. I'll explain it a little bit faster. This is everything cut off. This is the hertz. So this is maximalized. This is what she said she can hear. This is what a trans, or not even a trans, just a black woman's voice who she thinks is trans sounds like to her. That's the tone she says she can hear. That's what 75 is in this. Because I just had to point this out. In the 75 hertz range, and I'm hearing a lot going on below 50. So let's go ahead into 50. I'll bring this up again. So 50 is here. This is 50. So I'm now isolated it so that you can hear. This is it right here. I'll maximize it. This is what 50 sounds like. 50 hertz. It's actually still, as you can see, not even all the way down to 50, where what you might be able to hear is like right in 65 hertz. 50 is absolutely in the sub range. Everything underneath 50 specifically, it's funny that you brought that up. This is non-noise. You have to stretch this. You have to stretch the signal out and send it through other shit that will reverberate to make it audible. So this dumbass is saying, "Oh well, it sounds like it's right in 70." Her voice sounds like it's in the 75 hertz range. This is deeper. That is deeper than fucking James Earl Jones trying to talk at his deep. So like you hear, I just need you to understand. I just like to play basketball. Like, I can't go. I can't even go that low. I can't go that low. That is the lowest voice ever. Now, if you're talking about when you expand it, the normal human central tones are right in here. So this is very, very low, right? And then you can hear all the rest of them. You see them actually popping up at the 1s and 200s. And these probably sound a little bit more like audible tones. I have this way too high. So that's kind of like where your voice actually does live. Right around in here, right? That's the central tone. But actually people's whole voice is spread out all the way through this. This is why the voicings in the piano are so wide. You're all the way out through the mids. This is just where the heart tone is because it's the lowest tone. That's the root note of your voice is going to be down right in here, but you're going to get all the way up through a bunch of here. There's going to be all sorts of aspects. The sound of your breath is a part of your voice, and that exists up here. It's all very complex, but the root note of your voice is down in here somewhere. All the way around. You see how much energy is going on. But you see even a piano. Do you see how the energy in the piano doesn't even register down here? Because there's no point in trying to fucking make the inaudible section energized. It's just one of the fucking funniest things I've ever heard in my life. And I just couldn't believe it. It was such a confidently fucking stupid take that I legitimately got gaslit into half a second saying like, does this fucking bitch have access to a heretofore unknown to me audio dork section of what the fuck is she talking about? What is going on here? But no, that wasn't the case. It absolutely fucking annihilated me. Hold on, let's see. I got this recording thing on. I think I might be able to. Let's see if I go here. I got a high pass filter, and then I go to. Will this go? This might have a little bit of echo on it. But yeah, you can see when you talk about my voice, look, this is the bass. God, I know that's fucking irritating. I don't know how to turn that down. Oh, maybe if I go like that, yeah, you should be able to, okay. So if you just want to see my voice, if you see what I mean, look how much of me is all the way up here in these mids, all the way up here, all up there. But the general bass tone, the root note of my voice is right around here. If I talk all the way down here, you might be able to see some energy over there. And this is actually, I'll hit it default. If I talk all the way down here, you can see a small amount of energy down in the bass. But if we go and we talk about what part of my voice can be heard. Where you can't even hear anything. I just realized you guys probably couldn't hear any of that. But I just thought that would be pretty funny. I just realized you can actually hear this. It was just one of the dumbest things. The lack of I just realized you guys can't see that either. My bad. Let me bring this down here. This is difficult to balance. So I'll show you guys again without turning the thing on. So like this is, you see how energetic my voice is and how much stuff lives everywhere. So there's a lot of character up here. The bass notes and stuff are down in this area. If I turn on my dialogue, it should show you where certain effects are coming from. So like you can see, even if I pull this all the way down here, almost none of the energy in my voice is going down into the sub. It's all right up here because this is it. If I move this all the way up here, you can see the little slider. It's going up to 145-ish. Right around 120, 130 to 145 is the low spot of my voice. She was saying it was down here, right? Where you can see my male voice, male voice, right? Very baritone. I don't have any energy almost whatsoever in the sub. It's all like tangential. She was saying the fucking heart tone, this big energetic part right here, the heart tone of this woman's voice was this further down, and it's a logarithmic drop. So that's an exponential, basically an inverted exponential dip from here to here. It's just a shitload of energy. And then it goes like this, womp, 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 like that through these. It might be up through these ones. So just so you know, that's one of the craziest, most ignorant fucking things I've ever heard. And her confidence should make you never listen to Brianna Wu ever again. I mean, I guess we can kind of end on that sort of, but just the confidence is madness. Like, has this goofy fuck ever used a single one of these fucking numbers before in her life? No, she can't have. I wouldn't have the confidence to I did not know where the male vocal range or the female vocal range landed before I looked this up. This is only transvestigators will know this shit. By the way, when you look at it, 160 to 240 and 160 to 140, by the way, this is inverted. I don't know how that goes back down. It's actually a little weird. The male voice is just a little bit lower than the woman's voice, but almost the entirety of your vocal patterns overlap. Almost the entirety of it. And maybe the heart note specifically of it will be a little bit lower than everything else. The fucking actual root note of your voice. She just is so full of fucking hate and ignorance. She just saw a moment to like lash out at somebody and fucking took it, which is gnarly. Like, you just don't give a fuck at all, because this is literally just fucking harassment. That's it. There's nothing to learn from this. There's nothing to gather. She just said, wow, it's gotta be averaging in the 75 hertz range, and I'm hearing a lot going on below 50. No, you're not, because fucking nobody is. That's what I knew. I was just like, 80, that's where I always set my roll-off. On the bottom of my EQ, because there's a lot of energy down there in certain instruments that doesn't fucking do anything, and you just want to cut it out before you put it into other processing things. So always have a roll off right around specifically 80. The other thing is, that's what it is. 80 was the lowest end of male voices, is what the thing was. You know why? Because if a male voice even goes lower, you can't fucking hear it. It's like in somebody's stomach. You have to push your fucking head against their chest, or they'd have to talk into like a fucking piece of metal to stretch out or shrink whatever the energy from that so that you could hear it articulated. Basically, it's fucking crazy. I just don't know. I don't know why anyone's nice to her. Like that's the thing. It's not just like stupid. Like, this is intentionally cruel and attempting to harm somebody. So if you have a streamer that's ostensibly like tries to get, jerk themselves off about their fucking allyship and stuff and reaches out to fucking Brianna Wu of all people, she first off is politically inefficacious. She's just worthless politically. Like, fuck her. Who gives a shit if she's saying anything for or against you? But also just like she wheedles her way into stuff. Just get her the fuck out. Just always say no. The money's not worth it. She's just paying to come to your area and embarrass herself and get noticed by the stupidest fucking people. Not even the worst people. Only dumb fucks. You have to be a fucking idiot to say, what did Brianna Wu say today? I need to follow that. I need to know what Brianna Wu said. Thought leader Brianna Wu. Like, what is the thought? Like, we're all gonna fucking lemming off a goddamn cliff? I want to see what my fucking brains look like when they explode on sea cliff rocks 130 feet below me. Oh, don't worry. It actually is pretty rare that happens. You fall off the edge of a cliff and have your head explode. From what I understand, a lot of the lemmings live. Shut the fuck up, dude. My fucking God. Ugh. Either way, that's that segment. Mini segment. All right.
Hope you enjoyed your time on the Westside. Don't forget to